Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, please confirm to me, guys. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, please check it. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, please check it. All right. Good afternoon, guys. And check it what we completed in the last session. And Muhammad Atik, are you there? Please confirm to me one time. Muhammad Atik. Yes, Muhammad Atik. Do you hear me? Are you there? Yeah, please note this number. Take this number 73860956000. Take this number and send your pay slip WhatsApp. WhatsApp to this number your pay slip immediately. Our people will send that videos link to you. Okay. Take this number. WhatsApp to this number your pay slip. They will send the videos access to you regarding the classes. Have you taken? Muhammad Atik, have you taken? Okay, then they will send it. By today you will get that link. Don't worry. Yeah, by end of the today, then you will get it, max. Right. Thank you. All right, sir. And check it what we completed in the last session. I think so. We are discussing about identifiers. The topic there. Actually, the topic what we are discussing language fundamentals. In language fundamentals, what topics here we understand? In a language fundamentals, nearly 5 topics are available. What are the 5 topics there? Tokens, data types, typecasting, Java statements, and what is that last one here? No, arrays. All right, out of all these topics, we started already tokens in the last session. The logical individual unit in a program is called lexeme. The collection of lexemes that come under a particular group is called token. Okay, example here we are having there. Int a is equal to b plus c star d. Lexemes, what are the various lexemes are available here? Int a equal b plus c star d semicolon. 9 lexemes are available. 4 types of tokens are available here. Int is a data type. A, B, C, D variables equal plus a star or operators, and semicolon is what there? special symbol or terminator. Overall, 4 types of tokens are existed. Next one is to prepare Java applications. Java has provided the following tokens. What are the various tokens are available? Identifiers, literals, keywords or reserved words, operators. There we got some information related to this identifiers now. What is an identifier? That's a question here. Identifier is a name assigned to the programming elements like variables, methods, classes, abstract classes, interfaces, and so on. To provide identifiers in Java applications, we have to use the following rules and regulations. What are the various rules and regulations are available to provide identifiers now? Every Java identifier should not start with a number. They may start with an alphabet or underscore symbol or dollar symbol, but the subsequent symbols may be a number or an alphabet or underscore symbol or what next one here? Dollar symbol. Observe carefully. Now, next one here, what I am telling here after this. Examples are given. There we can identify valid cases and invalid cases. Every Java identifier should not allow spaces in the middle. Already we have seen some examples for that. Every Java identifier should not allow operators, plus, minus, star, this kind of things are not allowed in the identifiers. Every Java identifier should not allow special symbols except underscore symbol and a dollar symbol. Right, they are the symbols here. Every Java identifier should not allow primitive data types and keywords. Primitive data types and keywords are not allowed. Alright, some examples are given. In Java applications, it is possible to use all predefined classes names as identifiers. That's possible to use. All predefined class names we can use as what their identifier. Examples here I'm telling you, in A is equal to 10, system.out.println of A. In the same way, in place of A, we have written what their exception. Into exception is equal to 10, system.out.println of exception, what we are getting there. Status is no compilation error here we are getting. Next one is string str is equal to string. Similarly, string is equal to string. String is what there is a predefined class name that we used as what there as an identifier. Here also no compilation error. Next example, we got some compilation error. What is this compilation error here we are getting there? Class test public static void main string array args into system is equal to 10. System.out.println of system. Observe carefully, into system is equal to 10, system.out.println of system, that we are getting there. So here we are getting some compilation error. Why we are getting compilation error here in this case? Now we are going to understand clearly the point. All of you observe carefully. Reason I am telling to you, understand this reason now. Observe carefully. Reason is very clear. All right, very simple reason. Now try to understand this reason now. Right. Reason is, in a Java program, once if we declare any predefined class name as an integer variable, guys, observe carefully. Once if I use any predefined class name as an integer variable, in the remaining part of the program, that name must be used as an integer variable only. That name must be used as what there? Integer variable only. Not possible to use like its original class name. If we use that as like its original class name, there we are able to get compilation error. There we are able to get what there? Compilation error. Yes, sir. Getting my point or not? Come again. What is the point here? I'm telling to you clearly. In a Java program, if we use any predefined class name as an identifier, as an integer variable, in the remaining part of the program, that name must be used as what their integer variable only. Not possible to use that as like what their original class name. If we use that name as like its original class name, there we are able to get like what their compilation error. Yes, all of you are getting clarity. What exactly the point here I'm telling to you? Getting clarity on this? Okay. All right. This is the simple principle here we have to follow. Okay, now I will explain that point here. System is a predefined class or not, or else maybe in edit plus I will discuss with you. Got videos? Videos. Thank you. Right side. Now let's see this, the point here. Class test. Public static void main string array aux. Now, as it is, yesterday whatever the program I have written, as it is I am writing this program into system is equal to 10. System dot out dot println of system. Before this, just keep one point in our mind. Into a is equal to 10. System dot out dot println of a. Same way, in place of a, what I am using now, system, predefined class name. What is the rule? I said to you know, the rule is what there. If we declare the system, actually it is the original predefined class name. If we declare the system as an integer variable, in the remaining part of the program, the system must be used as what their integer variable only. Not possible to use as it's like what their original class name. So here, if you have to this system.out.println of system, this we have used as integer variable only to display the value of that variable. But here we are using system.out now. Here we have used the system as like its original class name, not as an integer variable. As like original class name, we have used it. Got it or not? Because of that reason, there we are getting compilation error. Get my point or not? There we are getting what there compilation error. Now let me check this. Let me save this here. D drive, inside the D drive, then what we have to provide there, Java 430. Then I want to save with tester.java. Right, save with the tester.java. Now let us complete this. D colon CD Java. Then what next one here? 430. Right, Java C space tester.java. Compiled successfully. What you are getting compilation here? Error we are getting there. Why we are getting error here? Understand this clearly? Tell me, sir, what is the error here? We are getting error there. Now tell me. Alright, so int cannot be dereferenced. That means int cannot be used as a reference to access a variable. So that's the error here we are getting this. So exactly here we are getting an error. So all of you are following this point or not? Once we declare system as an integer variable, in the remaining part of the program, the system must be used as what their integer variable only. Not possible to use as what was not possible to use as like what their original class. As like class name, not possible to use. That's why here we are getting what their compilation error. Can I write the reason? No. Your reason is specified here, right? Observe carefully. If you declare any predefined class name, if you declare any predefined class name, if you declare any predefined class name as an integer variable, then in the remaining part of the program, we must use that variable, we must use that class name, as like it's we must use the class name as integer variable only, not possible to use, not possible to use like its original class name. That is exactly the point here. We can understand the reason now. 1 minute. All right, sir. So now here, the reason here I provided clearly, if we declare any predefined class name as an integer variable, then in the remaining part of the program, we must use that class name as integer variable only, not possible to use like its original class name. All right, now if we use that predefined class name as like original class name, then compiler will raise an error. Got it or not? Then compiler will raise an error. Clear all of you know? Okay. Up to that, just understand the point here, what I have given there. Next one is, before that, before moving on to the next point, I would like to ask one question to you, now try to answer for it. What is that answer here? Observe carefully. Do you know what is the meaning of package? What is a package? Simple definition. Package is a collection of classes and interfaces. Am I right or not? See, observe carefully. Java.io is a package name, right? Inside this package now, so many classes and interfaces are available. Where one of the classes like what there buffer data. Another one is what there file input stream data. File input stream. Okay, that's enough. File input stream. Other one is what there file output stream. So on and so on and so on. So many class and interfaces are available. For example, java.lang is a package. Java.lang is a package. Inside this, system is one of the class. Object is one of the class. Exception is one of the class. Got it or not? So many classes are available. Fine. Here my point is like what I'm telling to you. Packages are available. Inside the packages, so many classes and interfaces are existed. That's okay, nice. But the next thing is what there. What is fully qualified name? Do you know that what is the meaning of fully qualified name? Any awareness here? Fully qualified name? Fully qualified name is nothing but writing classes names along with their respective package names. Writing classes names along with their respective package name. See, observe carefully. System is a normal name or not? Observe carefully. Guys. System is what their normal name or not? Okay, but along with its package name, java.lang.system is a fully qualified name. Writing class name along with what their package name is what their fully qualified name. Observe carefully. For example, I want to write like what their exception. Exception is what their normal name. Am I right or not? But it's a fully qualified name is what they in which package is available. Write that package name dot class name. That means like what their java.lang.exception. Java.lang.exception. That is what their fully qualified name. Sir, got it or not? All of you understand it or not? Tell me what is fully qualified name? What is fully qualified name? Writing classes names along with their respective package name. Writing classes names along with their respective package name. That is called as what their fully qualified name. Yes, sir, got it or not? This is exactly the point here I'm telling to you. Clear? Fine. All right, now let me go for our point here. So I want to remove it just for the sake of your awareness purpose. I given this part here. Now see this point here. What is the reason I given there? Why we are getting compilation error in this case now? Once we declare system as an integer variable, we must use that system as what there integer variable only in the remaining part of the program. Not possible to use like what their original class name. Yes, sir, got it or not? Okay, fine. But my requirement is what there in the above context. In the above context. In the above context. Understand it clearly. In the above context, if you want to use that predefined class, if you want to use that predefined class name as like its original class name, Then we have to use, what is it there? Fully qualified name. Then we have to use that what there? Fully qualified name. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? That's it. This is a clear-cut information about like what there? Fully qualified name. Is clear? All of you are getting clarity on this? Fine, sir. Can I show programming part for this? Can I show programming part for this? No, no. You want white T-shirt. Come and just have one chair. Take chair. Take chair. Take chair. No, sit here. Sit here. No problem. You'll get more subject. Sure. Just side. Yeah, nice. Okay. What's your name? Imran. Yeah, nice. All right. Can you read this statement now? Can you read this statement? Read out loudly. No problem. No problem. Yes. Right. Perfect. Next. Yes. Right. Understood the point now? Yeah. Can I show the same program now again? Now the point is what? Here the point is what there. Here we have used the system as like what their original class name. There is a problem here. But if you want to come out from this compilation error, we have to use the system as like what there. We have to use the system as like what there. As the fully qualified name we have to use. If we want to use that fully qualified name, then what we have to do there now, tell me? Come on, if we want to use that fully qualified name, then what we have to do there now, tell me? Then I need to specify that class name aligned with its package name or not? I have to use that class name aligned with its package name or not? Understand guys what I'm telling you now? All right, so now so they definitely here we have to use what there, the class name as like it's what there, might be fully qualified name this format. What is this fully qualified name here? Now that is like what there, java.lang.system. System is like what there, class. Now fully qualified name is what there, java.lang.system. Now let me compile this one. Let me compile and execute this. All right. Now Java C space tester.java. Compiled successfully. Java space test. Okay, what we are getting there? Output is what there? 10. 10 is an output here. We are getting. All of you are getting it or not? What is that output here we are getting there? 10. 10 is an output here we are getting. Java space test. That means no compilation error here. Okay, now I want to extend this. I want to extend this. Not run me. You know? And first application development. All right, then after that, after completion of this, let's understand this point here. All of you know java.lang.system. That's okay. Now here I want to use system is equal to system plus 10. I've used it just like it is a is equal to a plus 10. A is equal to a plus 10. Similar to that, system is equal to system plus 10. Now here I want to write like what there, system dot out dot println, system dot out dot println of system that I provided. Now tell me, what is the status of this program? Will you get any compilation error? Will you get any compilation error? Error, no error. Definitely error. Why we are getting error? No. Wherever we have used system as original or system as integer variable, no problem. But whenever we have used the system as original class name, there we must use what there fully qualified name. But here we are not using fully qualified name. So definitely here we are able to get compilation error. Now to come out from this compilation error, then what we have to do? To remove this compilation error, what we have to do? We have to use what there fully qualified name. What is that fully qualified name for system class now? Java.lang.system. That's nice. Next one, after that, again here I want to use system is equal to system plus 10. Any problem here? Oh, this we have used as what there integer variable. Now I want to display that system value. So what we have to do there, system.out.println of system. If I use like this, what will happen there? Error we are able to get, compilation error we are able to get. To come out from this compilation error, then what we have to do? There we have to use like what there? Java.lang.system. Finally, we will not get any compilation error. Can you tell me what values here we are able to get outputs now? Your system, what is the value here we are getting? Initial value is what there? 10. Automatically 10 value here we are getting or not? Now get system is equal to system plus 10. That means what is the value here now? 10 plus 10. What is the value here we are getting there? 20 is the value here we are getting. So here whenever we are displaying this value, 20 is an output we are getting or not? Next one is system is equal to system plus 10 again. Then what value here we are able to get there? Now tell me. Here we are able to get again. Then already system value is 20. 20 plus 10. What's the value here we are getting there now? 30. 30 is the value here we are getting. So 10, 20, 30 are the values here we have to get. Now let me compile and execute this here. Java C space tester.java. Compiled successfully. Java space tester. Now here we are getting output like what there? 10, 20, 30. These are the three outputs here we are getting. Clear or not? Fine. All right, so now this is the program I given there and the continuation of this particular point here. All right, now these are like what they rules and regulations for writing what their identifiers. For writing identifiers, what exactly the rules and regulations are available, all the things here we completed there. Okay, fine. After completion of these rules and regulations here, now that another point here, what I'm telling to you, observe carefully. Another point is like what I'm telling to you. Along with the above rules and regulations, Java has provided the following suggestions to use or to provide identifiers in Java. Got my point here? Along with the above rules and regulations, Java has provided a set of suggestions to provide what their identifiers. What exactly the suggestions which are provided by identifiers? What exactly the suggestions are provided by Java for the identifiers? No, just I'm giving some examples. Try to understand this. The very first one, all of you observe carefully. All right, sir. First one is like what I'm telling to you. For example, listen carefully. String xxx is equal to abc123. String xxx is equal to abc123. Next one, string accno is equal to abc123. Two things here I have written. Now tell me, in these two declarative statements, which one is giving meaning for us and which one is not giving meaning for us? No, xxx and accno, which one is meaningful? xxx is not meaningful. There is no meaning in that. But accno is meaningful or not? All right, so that's why here I'm telling there. This first one is not suggestible, and second one is what there suggestible. First one is not suggestible, and second one is what there suggestible. Observe carefully. So here the point is like what I'm telling there. What is the suggestion here? I'm telling there in Java applications. In Java applications, it is a suggestible. It is a suggestible to provide all identifiers with a particular meaning. It is suggestible to provide all the identifiers with a particular meaning. Example, here we provided. What exactly the examples are available here? String xxx is equal to abc123, not suggestible, but string accno is equal to abc123 is suggestible. Got it or not? This is point number one. Everybody understand this clearly now. All right, so the second one here I'm telling to you, observe carefully. Now here I'm asking one question to you, try to answer for it now. Similarly, string Which one is easy to read for you? First one or second one? First one or second one? Second one is easy to read or not? But first one is somewhat difficult. We have to put some time to read the total statement, then only we are able to get clarity. But second one is that easy. Second one is easy to read. Am I right or not? All right. Observe carefully. Now here the point is like what there. First one is not suggestible. First one is not suggestible, but the second one is what there suggestible. First one is not suggestible. Second one is what there suggestible. So here the point is what there. Observe carefully. In Java, in Java, in Java applications, there is no length restriction. There is no length restriction. There is no length restriction for the identifiers. We can write identifiers with any length. We can write identifiers with any length, but it is suggestible to manage the length of the identifiers around 10 symbols, up to around 10 symbols, maybe one or two symbols more, one or two symbols less, whatever it may be, up to around 10 symbols. It is suggestible to manage all the identifiers. Length of the identifiers like what there, up to around 10 symbols, maybe one or two symbols less or one or two symbols more. Observe carefully. String temporary employee address identifier not suggestible, but temp emp addr is equal to identifier is suggestible. This is the suggestion number 2. And if you're getting it or not, first suggestion is what there, meaningful identifiers. Second, see one point I'm telling there, all these possibilities are all these are possible in Java program. No compilation error. Suggestion is different, rule is different. Rule is mandatory to follow, but suggestion is not mandatory to follow, optional to follow. Get my point or not? Suggestion is what there, optional to follow. Right, sir. Then after that here, what is the point I'm telling there? If I write these two things in a Java program, both are valid, no compilation error. Even if I write these two statements in my Java program, both are valid, will not get any compilation error. Clear or not? All right, sir. That's fine. This is the point here I'm telling you. Next one, third one, all of you observe carefully. Point number 3. See, your main intention of writing these identifiers and everything is what they just for the sake of easy to read, easy to understand, easy to read. That's the meaning of readability. That's the meaning of what there, readability. Observe carefully. I'm going to write again here. String temp emp editor is equal to hide a batch. String temp emp editor is equal to hide a batch. Both are same. But in the second one, I want to write like what there, underscore symbols. Now tell me here, which one is easy to read now? Even between these two also, which one is easy to read for us? Second one or first one? Second one. Second one is easy to read here. Got it or not? All right, so now here the point is like what there? In the relative comparison, in the previous example, in the relative comparison, this is suggestible. First one is not suggestible. But in the relative comparison, this is not suggestible. This is what they're not suggestible, but here this is like what they're suggestible. Here we have to use. This is what they're suggestible. All right. Then what's the point here I'm telling there about this point here? All of you observe carefully. In Java applications, if you have multiple words in a single identifier, then it is suggestible. Then it is suggestible to separate these multiple words, those multiple words with the special symbols like what their underscore, symbol. That is a suggestion only. Not to take is a mandatory. Suggestion you may follow, may not follow. But following is good programming practice. Not following is what there bad programming practice. Not more than that. But both are valid. So now this first one is not suggestible and second one is what there suggestible. So this is overall the total information related to like what there like identifiers. And inside the tokens identifiers topic here we understood clearly now. All of you are getting clarity or not? Identifies. The topic is completed totally. After completion of this identifies, that another concept here, what I am telling there, literal. Next one is what there? Literals. The next topic would be like what there? Literals. Observe carefully. Literals. All right. What is the meaning of this literal scale now? What exactly the meaning of literal scale? Observe carefully. What is the meaning of literals? So, literals. What is the meaning of this literal actually? All of you understand this clearly, no? Int a is equal to 10. Clear? Int a is equal to 10. Understand this clearly. Where what is this integer actually? Int is a data type. Am I right or not? Where int is what their data type. Right, sir. Where int is what their data type. That's okay, fine. After getting this int data type, next one is a is what there. A is what there. What is this a actually? It is a variable. Am I right or not? Okay, fine. It's like what the variable. A is a variable. Next one is after that. Equal is like what there. What is this equal now? Equal is an operator. Then after that, 10. What is this 10 actually? Is a constant. Semicolon is what the semicolon is a special symbol. Semicolon is what there? Special symbol, or we can understand it is like what there? Terminator. Alright, all of you understand this clearly. Int data type, a is a variable, equal is an operator, 10 is what their constant, semicolon is what their special symbol, or what next one? Terminator. Clear or not? Okay, now observe carefully. What exactly the meaning of literal? If you observe this, literal is a constant. Literal is a constant assigned to the variables. Assigned to the variables. Literal is a constant assigned to the variables. Now get int a is equal to 10. Int data type, a is a variable, equal is an operator, 10 is what their constant. Now this is exactly what their literal. The 10 is what their literal. Fine. This is basic definition of the literal. What is the meaning of this literal here? We understood it. Observe carefully. Next one is after this, what are the various literals which are available in Java applications? What literals are available in Java applications? All right, now try to understand this now. In Java applications, or else maybe to prepare Java applications, Java has provided the following list of literals. The following list of literals. What are the various literals are available? Now let us check these literals clearly. First one, all of you understand this. The very first one is integral literals, or we can call this as what they are integer literals. Integral literals are what next one here? Integer literals. Which data types are available under this particular group there? The data types would be like what there? Byte, short, int, long. Their values may be like what are their values now? 10, 20, 30, something else like this. Here we are able to have some values there. These are like what they're literals. Next one is char is also be commanded like what they're integral literals. Why? Because the characters are represented in the form of what they're ASCII values. Characters are represented in the form of like what they're ASCII values. Observe carefully. So char is like what there is also be integral literal or maybe integer literal. How we are able to represent this character now? Observe carefully. Any single letter in a single quotation. All right, and something else like what there? These things. Slash T, tab space. Next one is a slash N, like new line. So these are like what they character literals. Any single letter specified within single quotation by surrounded with single quotations. Then that literal, that thing is called as what there? A character. All of you get my point or not? And one more point I'm telling to you, one small note, no type of point here I'm telling to you. Observe carefully the note type of point here. Note is very simple, very simple. Now try to understand this note now. What is that simple note here? To represent long values, we have to represent long values, we have to provide a number with the suffix either with the suffix either small l or capital L. Everybody observe carefully. What's the note I'm telling to you? To represent long values, we have to provide a number with the suffix either small l or capital L. Right, I'll show in a programmatic view. By that we are able to get some clarity. All of you observe carefully. For example, I want to take a mobile number, for example. Observe carefully. If I take int mobile is equal to semicolon like this, Cessna dotted println of mobile. If I take like this, there we are going to get compilation error. Observe carefully. There we are able to get what there? Compilation error. Understand it now. What is the error here we are getting there? Easily we can recognize this. Java C space or tester.java. Integer number too large. That integer number is too large. This is not in the scope of the integer. Leave this one. Okay. So I thought of it. This number is not in the range of what there? Integer. So immediately I need to declare with next higher data type or not? What is the next higher data type now? Come on. What is the next higher data type now? Long I have to use. Over the integer, what we have to provide there? Long. Here we have to provide. Observe carefully. Again, we are going to get compilation error. Observe carefully. Right now, Java C space tester.java. Still we are getting the same error. Even though I provided the data type is long now, but still we are getting the same integer number too large. Why? Because here mobile variable we declared as long, that's okay, but this number we provide as an integer only still. We provided this number is still what there? Integer, but we have to represent this number as a long value or not? If you want to represent a long value, what we have to provide? Come on, if you want to represent a long value, we have to provide what there? Either small l or what next one? Uppercase L. Either of the things here we have to provide. I want to use small l here. Don't think it is a 1. It is what there? L. Small l. Now let me check this here, whether we are able to get output or not. Right, so now Java C space tester.java. No compilation error here we are getting. Output here we are able to get some output. But in output, L is not required. JVM will not display any suffix values there. Direct number only it able to display. Observe carefully. So L is working or not? Okay. In place of this L, I want to provide another L. Say for example, I want to provide like what the L like this here. I want to provide another one. Mobile number 2. I want to provide some mobile number 2 here. I want to provide there. Something else like what there? Again here we are able to use the same thing, but in place of this I want to use capital L. Now I want to display that value here. Right, so now observe carefully. Java C space test.java. Right, so now Java space test. No compilation error. Here we are getting some output here. Either we can use small l or we can use what there? Capital L. Uppercase L here we are able to use. Right, so now this is the clear cut information here. We understood clearly. Example code here we provided for this. All right, sir. Next one. After that, this is like what I'm telling to you. First one, integral letters or integer letters. That part here we understood there. But for byte, short, int, no suffix is required. For byte, short, int, no suffix is required. For a long, suffix is required. What is the suffix there? L. We have to provide. Remember this. Whenever we want to represent mobile numbers in Java applications, there what we have to use there? There we have to use what there? Long value only. While representing that long number, we must provide the suffixes what there? L, either small l or uppercase L. That we have to remember. Right, leave this one check. After this, after completion of this, all of you observe this now. Rule number 2, I'm telling there. Observe carefully. Right, sir. Rule number 2, that means not rule number 2, second type, no? Floating point literals. Floating point literals. In floating point literals, what data types are available here? Float data type is available. In float data type, we have to provide some numbers, but the suffix value must be either small f or capital F and so on. Suffix value should be what there, either small f or what there, capital F. Either of the suffix here we have to provide for what numbers there, no? Floating point numbers. Sir, all of you get my point or not? This is one point. Next one is after that, float is okay. Double data type is available. In this double data type, what exact the content is existed here, no? Inside this double data type here, observe carefully. In the double data type, no, all right, we are able to use some numbers like what there, 4, 5, 6. No suffix is required. Then after that, either we can use small d or we can use capital D. The suffix values, what are the suffix values? No suffix value first. Next one is what there, either small d or what next one here, capital D. That we have to provide. So these are the suffixes in the case of like what there, like float and double. Now here we have to understand that note here. All right, what is the note I'm telling there? To represent float values, we have to use either small f or capital F as a suffix, either small f or capital F as what their suffix. That's a point here. Suffix for the number. Next, another point here I'm telling to you, observe carefully. To represent double values, to represent what values there? Double values. We have to use either no suffix or a small d or what next one here, or small d or capital D. Right, sir. Either we have to use small d or capital D. Either of these suffixes here we have to use for it. Now see this, some examples here we are going to see for this. Understand this example here. Observe carefully. Mobile numbers are okay, fine. For example, in general, we used to take the salary values in the form of like what there, float. Salaries, employee salaries, we are going to take in the form of what there, float. That we can understand. Float sal1 is equal to, now here I want to provide like what there, 50,000 point and like what there 7 6 something else like what there f small f, and float sal2 is equal to some point here we can understand like what there f or capital F here we can use that, understand it here, or else maybe instead of the salary values here I want to take double there, no problem, even we can take the double also, but now here I want to take like what there for float temp1 temperature 1 is equal to, in general the temperature here we are going to provide in the form of what their float values only, in the form of degrees or radius, whatever it may be, but float values now, right? We can understand the temperature is like what there, right? So now 32.5 f, right? So now another one here float temp2 is equal to like what there we can understand there maybe 98.8 then f only something else here we are able to represent like this. And now here I want to provide like what there capital F. Now system dot out dot println of, we can provide like what there temp1, then after that here we are able to provide like what there system dot out dot println of temp2, that values here we are able to put. Now let me compile and execute this program there, Java C space test.java compiled successfully, right? So we can execute this. Now here we are getting some values here, but while displaying the data suffixes are not coming. Whenever we are representing the data then suffixes are coming there. Whenever it is displaying, JVM is displaying the data, it is not providing any suffix values there. Observe carefully. Now this is exactly the meaning of like what there the content here, we can observe carefully. All right, sir. Now this is a clear-cut information here we can understand regarding this content here. Next one is after that double values here I want to represent. Of course, that previously I have taken the salaries. Now we can take that salaries as like what are their double values. Of course, no problem here. Or else maybe whenever we are having bank balances we are going to represent there, right? There we are going to be represented in the form of what their double values in general. Bank balance are going to have like integral value and fraction values. Definitely, we're long values, too much long values here we are able to have them. Billions and trillions of amounts here we are going to show. So we're definitely we are going to take what their long values for the bank balances now. Now here we can understand. Now here, so double balance 1 is equal to, just we want to provide something else like what they dot 3 4 5 6 something else like this here we can represent. Next one is like what there double balance 2 is equal to some value dot like what there small d suffix here we can provide. Now here what next one here double balance 3 is equal to maybe some values here we can provide like what there capital D as what their suffix. All the values here we can display there now. System dot out dot println of, here we can provide like what there balance 1. Next one is system dot out dot println of like what there balance 2. Then after that system dot out dot println of balance 3, like this here we are getting some data. Let us check this clearly. Let me compare and execute this now. Java C space test.java compiled successfully. Java space test, here we are getting outputs like this. This many outputs here we are getting there. Observe carefully. So preface suffix values here we have to understand. First one is no suffix, second one is a small d, next one is what there capital D, that suffixes are existed, that we have to understand clearly now. Let us check this clearly now. Right, so now these are the values here we are getting clearly. Is that all of you are getting my point or not? All right, so now this is exactly the meaning of like what their float and double values here now. Next one after that, number 3, third one is like what there Boolean literals. Third one is like what there Boolean literals. Under this Boolean literals only one data type is available. What is the data type actually? Boolean. Its values are like what there true and what next one false. Its values are like what there true and false. That's it. These are the things no. All right, sir. Now here no suffix is required to represent Boolean values. What is not required here? Suffix values are not required here. Directly we can represent them. So for example, in place of all this, I want to take like what there. All right, observe carefully. I want to take boolean b1 is equal to true, for example. Boolean b1 is equal to true. I want to write system.out.println of. All right, then what we want to provide there? Today is a Tuesday. Today is a Tuesday, right? Question mark. Is today Tuesday? There's some question form here I'm going to write. Is today Tuesday? Like this, I given some question mark. And then what I want to provide there, some information here anyway. Plus here I want to write like what there B1. Of course, if I take dynamic input, the user may specify true or false, that we are able to take. But we are not having that environment here. But simple example I'm taking there. All right, sir. Now similarly here, I want to write like what there. Now boolean P2 is equal to false. That I want to write. Now here, what I want to write there here. Is today Sunday, for example, if I write like this, it's very clear that we are going to specify what there, no, false. All right. Something else, maybe yes or no, or maybe we can represent true or false values, whatever it may be. Java C, tester.java, no compilation error, Java space test. Here we are getting output here. Is today Tuesday, true. Is today Sunday, false. Anyway, then not in the form of questions here. Today, directly here we are able to write like what there. Today is a Tuesday, no question mark. All right, so now here what I am telling there. Today is a Sunday, no question mark. Question marks are not required. Directly we can specify like this here. We are able to get some values here, true or false, like this. Boolean data type, Boolean letters here we are able to use there. So Java space test like this here we are getting. All right. So just example, how to use these Boolean variables, that example here I shown there to you. Try to understand this. That's okay, fine. Next one is after completion of this, that fourth one here I'm telling there, after this, string literals. What next one here? String literals. What is the point here I'm telling there in the string literals? If we provide any data, if we provide any data, including alphabets, digits, special symbols, and so on, by enclosing with double quotations. And so my point on it, if we provide any data, including alphabets, digits, special symbols, and so on, by enclosing with the double quotations, by enclosing what there with the double quotations, then that data is a string literal. Then the data is what there, string literal, by enclosing it with double quotations. That's fine. All right, so some examples here we can specify that. All of you observe carefully. Say for example, I want to represent a string date of birth. I want to represent the date of birth, for example. In a date of birth, what we require to specify there? Say for example, I want to be specified like what there? 12 hyphen, then what we have to provide there? Something else, no? 1996, like this here we are able to specify. Of course, in Java, date class is available that we can use, but instead of that we can use what there? Date of birth, like this here. This is like what I'm telling here. Next one is a string mobile number. String mobile number is equal to mobile number I want to provide with the country code. Whenever we are using special symbols here, then definitely it should be like what there? The content only. That's okay, fine. Next one is what there? String email ID is equal to what there? Durga at the rate Durga123 at the rate Durgasoft.com. Right or not? In this way, within the double quotation, we can specify anything here we can write now. Now okay, we can understand like what there, sys not out.println of date of birth. Then after that, system.out.println of, then what we have to provide there? Mobile number. Mobile number. Then after that, system.out.println of, what next one, email ID. Like this. Here we are providing all the content here. Now let's see this one. Java C space tester.java compiled successfully. Next one is like what there? Java space test. Here we are getting some outputs as it is. Whatever the outputs here we are expecting, same thing. Now here I want to specify some data also like this. This is like what there? Date of birth. Like this. Then here also we want to specify something else like what there? Mobile number. Now here email ID. Like this. Java C space tester.java compiled successfully in Java space tester. Here we are getting all the values here. Okay. So this is the program here. We can understand now. But one small note here I am telling there. What is that note here? In Java, in Java applications, only string data type is able to represent any type of data. Only what there? String data type is able to represent any type of data. It may be numbers data, or it may be characters data, or it may be special symbols, and whatever it may be. Any type of data is represented by only one data type. That is what there? String data type. Only string data type is able to represent any type of data. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? This is a clear-cut information about like what there, this basic literals kernel. Overall, how many number of literals are existed, guys? Now tell me, what are the various types of literals are existed here? First one is like what there? Integral letters or integer letters, where which data types are available? Byte, short, int, long. Then what next one? Character. Next one here. After that, floating point literals here. In floating point literals here, what we are able to specify there? Like observe carefully. Float and double. All right, sir. Here, what is the specialty? No. Float values will be suffixed with either small f or capital F. Double values are suffixed with either with the no suffix or with the small d or with the capital D. All right, sir. Some examples here we have seen. Boolean letters. Only Boolean data type is available, not any other data type. No, where true and false values are existed there. Next one is a string literal. If we provide any data, including alphabets, digits, special symbols, and so on, by enclosing it with double quotation, then the data is what there? String literal. Examples here we have seen there already regarding that. So I given the same point again there. In Java applications, only string data type is able to represent any type of data. Only what data type is able to represent? No, string data type is able to represent any type of data. Yes, sir. Got it or not? So, right, so now this is a clear-cut information about like what the literals parts here now. Still few more points are available there in the literals, no? So that points I will discuss with them tomorrow, right? Recognize this. I think we completed already first application development steps. Am I right? All right, sir. At the fundamental, we need to conduct some exams there. So tomorrow I'll put an exam on first application development. Simple, nearly 20-25 questions I'll give there, multiple options questions. No, you have to write that exam without failure. Try to attend for that exam there. Check your content here, how much you remember the content, or else try to prepare for that totally. All are 20 questions I'm going to give there. In the 20 questions, only multiple options questions only. Multiple choices questions only. So we have to write that exam max on tomorrow. Tomorrow at 4:30, we will conduct the exam. If we complete that exam a bit earlier mode, I will take the class. Otherwise, I'll take directly 6 o'clock class. Understand what I'm telling them? So as usual, you can come at 4:30. I'll wait for the time until the completion of the exam there. If time is remaining there, definitely I will take the session. Otherwise, then what I'm telling there, if time is not remaining, directly 6 o'clock class I will take, no, right? So, but anyway, we have to attend, we have to come for the class. Tomorrow at 4:30 there, I'm going to conduct one test and only first application development. On the basis of these tokens, again, when I complete these tokens, no, I'll conduct another exam there. There we are able to see the content. Okay. Right, guys, that's all for it. And take some great break and come back for 6 o'clock. There we will see object orientation. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, exam is for online people also, guys. And Chamika, are you there? Chamika, Chamika, ma'am, are you there? Yeah, from where you are attending these classes? From which place you are attending these classes? 1 minute, 2 minutes. USA, nice. Out of all these classes, my part is like what there? Core Java, Advanced Java, Hibernate, Spring, Spring Boot, microservices, web services are my part. Okay, remaining classes will be taken by some other trainers. Okay, but my classes schedule will be 6 o'clock to up to 9 o'clock. That is fixed schedule for me. Two courses I'm going to conduct parallelly, but remaining classes you can join at Durgasoft at any time, at any comfortable time from morning to evening. The class are going to be started. Okay. Right. My Java part is my part. Remaining part will be some other part. Okay. Right. Abhishek. Then exam is for online people also tomorrow for both. Then come to use the same link. Then we are able to get that exam. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys.